Mic check.
You are listening to a few bro dudes that will make you laugh, cry, or both. The Vanilla Gorilla and Dropkick Mike try to be funny, but let's be honest. They need to try harder.
Romalis Scott, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
You sound a little bit tired for a Saturday night, man. What's going on?
Oh, man, kind of sick. I think I have a sinus infection. I'm not sure yet.
It's not good. And you're up in Cali, aren't you?
Yeah, it's just this weather is cold. It's hot during the day and freezing at night.
To begin with, what I want you to do is kind of introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what your role is, and what your upcoming plans are. Because I got to apologize. I don't know a whole lot about you. I know you roll with Chris Brown.
I'm about to let you know.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, Chris. I'm Romalis Scott. I'm from New Orleans. I moved to Los Angeles about 2.5 years ago with my best friends, Nick Pattywhack and Dan Rue. I was a creative ambassador for Black Pyramid under Chris Brown. I got into that a few years ago, and then I transitioned into my own brand now, my own clothing brand, La Veille Tub Club, which means the genuine club in French. That's more. Oh, my upcoming events. I'm trying, like in my mind, I'm trying to remember what you just said, and I'm trying to answer it. Okay, my upcoming events are: I have a party with Nick Pattywhack in Louisiana, the end of October. Me and him, a big party in Baton Rouge, and then I have One Hell of a Night in November. That's my birthday party, and like One Hell of a Night is my event tag. So One Hell of a Christmas, One Hell of a Thanksgiving, One Hell of a anything. That's like my tag for all my events that I've been doing for 9 years.
What was the date again? November, your birthday?
30th, that's in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
So my birthday is actually December 2nd. I always do it like the weekend before because that's like Bayou Classic weekend. It's a big weekend in New Orleans.
Okay. What got you into this business? I mean, there's so many different aspects, and I know you're a model, and essentially that's how you met Chris Brown. Is that correct?
Yes, it was through Dan, Rue, and Nick. They hosted like a Black Pyramid pop-up shop in New Orleans because Chris was on tour. You know, he has his pop-up shops. He had a pop-up shop, and they brought me there, and I met a guy named Peter Paul, and he's over a lot of things for Black Pyramid. So Nick and Dan introduced me to him, and he invited me to the concert that night. So he took me to the concert, took me backstage, let me meet Chris. Chris remembered me from posting me multiple times on his Instagram prior to meeting him because I always wore the brand. I was a fan, so I always wore the brand. We had a conversation, and Peter Paul wound up staying in touch with me and having me come to New York a week later and modeling for them, like a whole set. And then I sat down and talked to them and told them I wanted more responsibility because I feel like I'm more than just a model. And they gave me the opportunity to have more responsibility over the last few years. They gave me a creative ambassador role, which let me put together photo shoots, video shoots, help out with a lot of stuff like that. I helped out with the BET Weekend Fashion Show 2 years ago. They had me go on the first few tour dates last year and help out with the pop-up shops. And anything in LA, like anytime they had a video shoot or a photo shoot, they had me orchestrate it and run around and get the gear together, like all the Black Pyramid stuff. So it's really pretty fun. And they had me go to Agenda, me and Dan. Actually, a few months ago, I went to Agenda in Vegas, myself and Dan, for Black Pyramid.
With Black Pyramid, what's the situation with her? I mean, what is your role with him, and how did you meet him? How did you guys get together and start working?
Like I said, just meeting Peter Paul and him bringing me to the concert and letting me talk to Chris, because me and Chris became friends outside of Black Pyramid. Because Peter Paul more so runs a lot of stuff for Black Pyramid. I mean, Chris clearly does too, but that me and Chris' relationship wasn't focused on Black Pyramid. It was more so outside of it, like personal. We have a lot of things in common, but me working with Black Pyramid, his brand itself, that was a lot dealing with Peter Paul. He had me, like I said, being a creative ambassador. He had me running and helping with a lot of photo shoots and video shoots and getting Instagram influencers and having them rock it and just promoting the brand. And I used to incorporate Black Pyramid with my events in New Orleans. So, like, if I had an event, it would be sponsored by Black Pyramid. They would send me, like, a box full of gear, and I would, like, give it out at the parties, like, throw it into the crowd. Like, it was fun as hell. Like, I would throw the gear and stuff into the crowd. I learned a lot from them. So after the last 2 years, I just decided, hey, I want to do my own brand. Like, I want to do my own clothing line, which came the Genuine Club 5 months ago. So now, like, that's taken off and that's doing great. People like Trey Songz notice it. Like, I was playing basketball with Trey Songz like 4 or 5 days ago, and I had my hat on, and he was like, man, I need that hat. So I gave him a hat out of my bag, and then he was like, bro, I need it. Because he saw his other homies rocking my stuff. Like, a lot of people wear my gear and my hats. He was like, man, I need that hat. I saw it before. So I wound up giving him my hat, and then he followed me and took a boomerang on his Instagram story and posted it instantly. He was like, man, I got you, bro. This shit is dope. It's because it's corduroy. A lot of people don't wear corduroy hats, like, nowadays. They wear either just strictly snapbacks or dad hats. But the corduroy hats, he put it on his Instagram story, and basically sold my fucking hats out.
You got to send me some shit.
All you got to do is send your information. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. We'll blast that stuff out for Genuine. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things coming up. What is coming up with your career-wise outside of clothing? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish?
Man, I really want to get into real estate. Like, people say that, but I mean it. Like, after Nipsey passed away, that kind of, like, I watched more things on him, and it opened me up to, like, yeah, I should invest back into my community where I'm from, New Orleans, and, like, put more jobs into other people's hands. And I'm only 26, so, like, the faster I could grow and build, the faster I want to put back into my community where I'm from. And my great friend, Larry Moreau, who does a lot of events in New Orleans, he's big into real estate right now. So, like, he's trying to help me maneuver in that field. Because I learned from him, the clubs from him. So now I want to learn this from him. Like, I really want to get into real estate. That's what I want to do.
It's not a bad thing to do right now. I mean, it definitely is blowing up. I know here in Colorado Springs, I mean, here pretty soon, Denver and the Springs, we're going to be one giant metro area. Because of that, like the property values of every house, it doesn't matter if it's in the ghetto or whatever, it's skyrocketing. And people are not being able to get homes because of that fact. But I mean, we have so many people moving here, and I hate to say it, but it's mostly Californians and Texans. But
you don't like it?
What's that? Did you say I don't like it?
Like that many people?
No, it doesn't bother me. No, I love people. If I didn't like people, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, right? So, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Sure, I have my house. I'm not worried about anything. So everybody else has to worry about their shit. But all right, so like with Nick and Dan, like living in the household with them during this time and blowing up, how would you explain that? Like, how does it make you feel coming from like a humble beginning?
It was an experience. I'll say that. But you had Dan. You just have Dan dancing. Like, I could walk inside and he's just dancing in the front room just randomly. So he's always practicing dancing. You had Nick making sound effects because he's like perfecting his craft with his voice for his skits. We had, a lot of girls. Yeah, a lot of girls. We had that, and it was like, I feel like we should have had a reality TV show, like dead ass. We should have had a reality TV show. It was fucking crazy, but other than being crazy, it was a learning experience because I saw them fly out like every day or every other day, literally every day, going to like a new booking, a new event, and then a lot of times they were so busy I had to help them lock in stuff like with BT or Wild 'N Out. Like, they have their PRs and their managers, but like I had to help with emails. I had to push them in the right direction to not like lose track of where they were headed. So it was really a job. It was a fun job though, but it was a job because we're all creatives, we're all best friends. So like they would help me, I would help them. But just living in a house with somebody who's getting 3 million followers and another guy with 2 million followers, and both of their phones blowing up, and they have 2 phones each. Like, yeah, it was a lot of sleepless nights.
Romalis and Chris Brown. Tell me about that relationship. The one thing I want to know. I've never met the man. You know, all you hear is about everything on the media and all the craziness that's going on over the years. Who is the real person, and how does that like mix between you two?
I think the real Chris Brown. I think he's a very humble guy, but I think he's also a very real person, I would say, because you see in the media, you know, the bad things that people want to talk about, or the attitude, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like that's everybody. Like, we all have bad days, we all have good days, and I'm not here to like take up for another grown man or justify anybody's actions. But I mean, I have a bad day. It's just not recorded and talked about all day on social media. Like, he does a lot of good things too. It's just not. That's for any celebrity. The media doesn't talk about the good they do. They just talk about the bad. So I think he's a very real person. I think he's a great person when he wants to be, and on bad days, he's just like the rest of us. So yeah, he's just him. He's himself. But I think that none of that takes away from the talent that he has. Like, his talent is fucking amazing.
Right.
Like, nobody in my generation is doing what he does.
So what is your guys' relationship? I mean, are you guys, how close are you? I mean, what do you guys do?
I would say we're friends. I would say we're friends. Go bowling here and there. We talk here and there. We're not like best friends. I mean, we have a mutual respect. I work for his brand. He knows who I am. When I see him, we talk. You know, we used to text. He's on tour right now, so he's busy. It's just a very like cool relationship. Go to the gym here and there, see him play basketball. Like, same girls. We know the same females, so you know how that goes. It's a very like. I would say it's a very cool relationship.
All of his songs are legit. I mean, all of his songs are talented, and people relate to him. And that's why, like, everybody likes him, even after all the drama with Rihanna and everything that went on. Like, I don't want to take this interview away from you and focus on Chris.
Talk about that?
I mean, he's a fantastic artist. I mean, he's talented. And one of the things that, like, he's a great actor as well. Through all the drama, I think a lot of people lost all that stuff and they didn't understand it. And they just forgot about all the stuff, the Christmas movie he did. It might not be fair. I wasn't there. I wasn't around Rihanna. I don't even know her. Never even spoke to her. But that's not my business. And also on top of that, I don't think it's anybody else's business. That should be a private thing. That should be a court thing. That should be their thing. But unfortunately, you guys are stuck in that spotlight. No matter what, you step left when you're supposed to step right, and someone says something about it. And it's just a really, really difficult industry to be in. I would assume that he's a real humble guy. He definitely changed his image in the last couple of years. But I mean,
he's still a character. Don't get me wrong. He's still funny. He's still a character. Just like the other day, he commented under Rihanna's picture and said he wanted to be a lamp. And then he checked his Wikipedia like 10 minutes later. His occupation is he's a lamp.
That's like, funny as hell. What's next for you? I mean, I was told that you're like in an executive role. What does that mean to you? Like, what are you trying to do?
Man, my clothing line, the Genuine Club, that's like, man, I'm trying to take that to the next level. I'm not just trying to be a brand that's just here today and gone tomorrow. I want to be a household name. I want to be like Polo or like Gucci or like Black Pyramid. I want to be like that, but better. I want everybody to wear it. And it's like, I'm doing it on my own, really. Everything is on my own. I go to the warehouse myself. I put in designs. I get the production done. I push it myself. Like, right now it's just on my own. But I'm about to form a team to, like, just take it to the next level because I have the athletes. I have Odell Beckham wearing my stuff. I have, as you see, Trey Songz. Like, I have people wearing it, but I need to do a lot more. And I know what I need to do. And I have a blueprint like I did with Black Pyramid. So I'm going to do it. That's what I want to do. Like, I need to just level up my business.
Yeah, I mean, FUBU, and I mean, you can even, I don't know how much you know about the fight world. I'm deep inside of that. Tap Out. I mean, they were selling stuff out of their trunk. And I mean, they became that name brand. And it took a while. It was a grind. But I mean, they definitely made a name for themselves. I mean, are you selling out of your trunk, or are you you have this out in stores? And if you have it out in stores, what stores are your product in?
It's about to be in Dope on Fairfax. I'm very close with the owner of Dope on Fairfax. His name is Rob. It was supposed to be there my first drop, but my stuff sold so fast as soon as I announced it that I didn't have time to bring it to his store. But my next drop in the next 2 or 3 weeks, my clothes will be in Dope on Fairfax, and a collaboration with them will be done in the next year. So yeah, Dope on Fairfax, that's the store. And my clothing brand website is down right now, but it's about to be back up. It's down for maintenance. It'll be back up. But people still shop through my website, romaliscott.com. They contact me, or they could just hit me up in my DMs, and I get it handled. Oh yeah, and my social media handles are, my Instagram is Romalis Scott, ROMALIS SCOTT, and my Twitter is the same thing, Romalis Scott. So people just hit me up on there.
All right, so I'm going to hit you up with your manager. I'm going to give him my address and everything, and I want to have some of your gear so I can sport it and pass this out and see what we can do. But
I'll have it out Monday. I'll have it out to you Monday.
Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, I want you to consider Double Barrel Brothers as an ambassador to you. It's a big deal for us to have you on, as well with all the other people that we've had on the show. Monetary things and all that kind of crap doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, we want to help who helps us, and we just want to push it, and we want to make it better. So I don't know how much business you have going on in Colorado. We can definitely work together, and we can get this going.
Let's do it. I'm open for business relationships and expanding, so I'm definitely down for that. All you have to do is contact me directly, and let's just get it done.
I don't know, like, where your realm is in general. I mean, I know you're with Chris Brown and all that stuff, but the Tech Nine world and all these things. Tech Nine's here all the time, and we have a good relationship with him and his crew, Strange Music, and don't want to intertwine any of that stuff, but I know everybody is willing to help everybody as long as they're, being civil and not talking shit and not doing that weird, thing where they always feel like they have to battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I'm all about positivity, and I'm sure y'all are too. So, whenever y'all want to work together, I'm down.
If you want to have some really dope shit, make sure you go over Romalis Scott and give us all your information one more time so they cannot forget, and we'll pass it on as many times as we possibly can.
All right, my Instagram is Romalis Scott, ROMALISSCOTT, and my Twitter is also Romalis Scott, and my official website is romalisscott.com. So that's my info.
All right, there you go. Guys, don't be dumb. Be a part of the situation here. And I really appreciate you being a part of the show and be willing to spend some of your Saturday night here with me. And, anything you ever need in Colorado, your manager's got my number, man. All you got to do is hit me up.
All right, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for your time. I'll talk to you here soon.